Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Sorry. Vive bonjour. I don't know. I don't know. Ah. Hello, Jackster. Bonjour. Hello, ghost of Bibul. Yeah, I know, I'm scary. Ooh, ah! Hello, nameless. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I feel playful. I went to the aquarium today. That's why I'm late. Um, bonjour. Yeah. Um, um, um. So, we're here. And, going to move this on the corner here. Alright. I can read the chat a little bit more. Uh, okay. Tonight is the night, and everyone is just about ready to go. I can't get this feeling of foreboding off my chest. What does foreboding means? It's like super important, but I don't have a clue. A BRB. Okay, okay. Don't worry. Does that mean I need to wait though? Probably not. This is such a weird thing to ask. I'm going to. Ah, yes, this is better. My wire is always like weird, and I'm uncomfortable. Right? This is strange. It was not twisted the right way. I don't know why I'm like this. I'm just like this. Deal with it. Wait. On French keyboard, and it to correct, you want correct yay to gay. Uh-huh. I mean, yay does not really exist. Like, it wouldn't be spelled like this. So, I suppose? I don't know. Autocorrect is weird. Everyone is gathered close to the door, ready to see us off. Everyone except... Oh no. Oh my goodness, it's Rumple! Princess! Rumple suddenly appears and is coming up to stand right next to him. What are you two doing here? Well, of course, we came to wish you good luck, just like everyone else here. We'll be waiting for you tonight so that we can celebrate everyone's return. Be careful. Emmeline, who has been everywhere with her brothers since they came here, is standing right beside him now with a smile. I will pray for your safe return. Her smile wavers, and I can tell she's uncertain. Oh no! Uncertain. I don't know if I should, like, lower the music a little. I don't know, it... Like, my headphones are at the lowest volume, but it still feels so loud to me that I'm like, Am I speaking loud enough? And like, yes, I am, but I feel so insecure. She has the great knights of Caldera, 2 witches, and a prince. She'll be fine. Rod's responses are curt as usual, but I cannot help but notice the hesitance in his voice. Even though he stares at me without expression, I think I can see a tinge of worry in his eyes. Oh my. Bah! Rest assured that we will keep the princess safe. We're not going to let Alcaster get away with what he did to Angiel and his royal family. Parfait steps forward last. She and Delora glance at each other, and I feel as if some secret message bounces between the two of them. It's just going like boing, 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 boing. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Yeah, I am a silly Billy again. I see. Sorry. Delora nods ever so slightly before Parfait turns to the rest of us. Her eyes eventually fall on me. You've changed since you've been here, Princess, but your dedication and resolve never wavers. It has always been there, just beneath the surface. Stubbornness or resolve? It is as if Parfait is able to read my thoughts. She smiles as she sets a hand on my shoulder. Your dedication is very much like King Gennaro's. You are proud and honorable and always take steps in the right direction. That is why I know you'll be back tonight. Yay! Thank you for letting me know that it's going to end well. I'm going to drink some water because I feel like maybe it will help me speak. Maybe not. Who knows? I remember one of the songs I had recorded. I did several takes, obviously, because I feel like it's always a mess. I end up posting one that's not as bad as the others. They're never perfect though. One of them, I kind of regret deleting the recording. I didn't want to take too much space on my PC, but I started saying maybe I'm going to drink a bit of water before I start because my mouth is dry. Maybe that will help, and I instantly like choked on my words the beginning of the song. And like, yeah, I think drinking was not a good idea after all. It was so funny. Imagine knowing things. No, my singing is really not perfect. It's obvious. Just as Rumpel said, we'd all be waiting for you. All of you. Stay safe tonight. I nod my head as everyone gathered around begins to repeat their hearty goodbyes. It is Delora who walks away first. We all follow behind. The night has just begun. Our way to the palace gates is uneventful, but we pause some distance away from them to take shelter in a nearby alley. There are knights everywhere. My singing is so perfect. That of an angel, I think? You've seen the wrong type of angels in the past. Like, you seem highly delusional. Waltz points to what looks like a regular section of the wall. There's the hidden door to the tunnels. If we time it right between the night's patrols, we should be able to make it. On my signal. Claude puts a hand on my shoulder and squeezes. It is an abrupt gesture and doesn't last long, but the motion calms my nerves somewhat. We will be fine. Our footsteps echo in the tunnel. Standing in front of me are Julian and Garland, who are flanking Waltz. Delora stands beside me and Claude is at my back. This small tunnel makes it seem like we brought a lot of people. I mean, it's a lot of the cast of the game, but yeah, I know it's not an army. This way. We silently follow Waltz's instructions. How is it that Waltz knows about these tunnels? I've already taken into account the guards and where they might be positioned based on Prince Rod's information. We should be alright. Garland and I will act as distractions if needed. Princess, leave most of the fighting to us if there's any to be done. I know, I will only fight if I need to. If only I wasn't cursed, I would be able to fight to my full extent. I think you're still quite capable without all of your magic, puppeteer. Oh, a compliment? It's an honor. Miss Karma? I'm only in this dress because of Julian, you know. Julian crosses her arms and cocks an eyebrow at Claude. I wouldn't fall in love with you no matter what you say. That's what they all say. We're here. Let's let's get over this. Suddenly, everyone goes quiet. I feel a lot heavier as I stare at the staircase in front of me. This should lead to the throne room. I did not know we had a secret passage in the throne room. How much does Waltz know about the palace? Poor guy. Yeah. Ooh, I love those doors. And this. Ooh, it's a pretty place. Anyway, Immediately after we step into the throne room, we split apart to avoid the guards' gazes. I stick close to Claude and waltz as Delora conjures a blanket of shimmering fog that envelopes the guards. Sorry. Just turns him down. Uh, I mean, that's not like that exactly. He doesn't want the girl to fall for him anyway. He's not interested. She's dating someone else. But, like, his curse is that if he's dressed like a man, every woman that sees him immediately falls in love with him. Yet he doesn't mind that the princess sees him as a dude for some reason. Because he likes her, but that's not very healthy too. Whatever. Flinch! I watch as the guard's eyes. I watch as the guard's eyes is close before they slump to the ground. Delrod rubs her hands once all the guards are truly asleep. Amazing how intolerant humans are to magic. Let's keep going. Ooh. Getting through the palace is no easy feat. Hallways that were easy to get through before are difficult to traverse now with all of the soldiers standing around. Please, princess, my love, marry me, he probably says. I don't think he said that. Not every man is a simp to the woman he loves. Delra casts a spell to silence our footsteps into quiet muffles, but moving is still difficult, especially with such a group. Eventually, we arrive just outside the tunnels that should lead to the castle's prison. I'll stand watch. Be careful, Waltz. Really? Yes. Sometimes they feel like they're not good enough or something and they just, like, not really do anything. They're quiet. Sometimes they're more like secret admirer types or more quiet rather than be like, oh please, I love you, oh my, I love you so. They're more like, I love you. Instead of like, please marry me, my love, I could never live without you. You're like, I love you. they wait they wait to be in a relationship to be like, would you marry me? They wait to be in a relationship for a while, you know. Oh dear, sorry. I will. Oh, he will marry me. Joking. We entered into a network of tunnels. Julian, Garland, after you. Julian glances at me briefly and then at Claude, who nods a little stiffly. Stiffly. We'll be right back. Mm. In accordance with the plan, Claude and I left at the halfway point of the tunnels to ensure a clean escape as Delora, Julian and Garland continue on to the prison. They should be fine, but I am still worried. My eyes wander to Claude, and I bite down on my lower lip when I notice that his hand is once again raised to his chest. I find myself reaching out to grab Claude's hand, but he swiftly pulls it away. The glare on his face takes me by surprise. Why is he so angry? Claude puts a hand on his chest, to his chest, and flinches as he leans on the wall. Not now. His voice sounds pained. What is he talking about? It's probably related to his curse and his weird rose tattoo. Just saying. Claude? I just need some space, princess. But I'm fine. I cannot help but feel irritated at the way Claude has snapped at me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be this way, He raises up, his eyes distant. Because of your curse, right? Most of the time, he is sociable and a pleasure to talk to, but then he reverts to this state. It is like he is two different people. I cannot understand why he is like this. Sorry. The chat makes me laugh. Why do I care so much for someone who keeps secrets? Because secrets are separated from caring for somebody or not. It's irritating when they keep secrets, but like if you already love them, it's too late. You love them and you're invested and you want to help, even if they won't tell you what's wrong. She said, I wish I could explain, but if I did, you would hate me. Or more accurately, you would be afraid of me. Let's, I will check the guide. Cinderella Phenomenon walkthrough was here. It will bring me back to around where I was. Chapter 9. Good ending. I could never be afraid of you. That makes more sense. Like, that's what I would have said, but I need to check the guide just to be sure. I could never be afraid of you. Sorry. What is there to be afraid of? Claude wears a pained expression as he looks at me. I see him once again grabbing at the collar of his dress, looking like he's in some kind of quiet agony. That's what she said too. Is he talking about that one woman from before? The one who didn't love him? He thinks I'm the same? I am not like her. Sit. Claude's voice trails off at the sound of running. Most femboys aren't scary. You almost killed me with this. Most of them aren't scary. Do you know a lot who are scary? Do you know one that is scary? Do you know? I. Why am I asking? Like, why? Why? His hand moves quickly to the hilt of his sword, just as I reach for mine. We only relax when we see that it is Hoodie and Garland and Delora heading towards us. Why are they alone? Where are the king and the queen? They weren't in a prison. I have no idea where else they could be. Delora steps out from between the two of them, her expression somber. This doesn't bode well for us at all. We can't keep sneaking without a direction. That's a sure way to get caught. I don't even know any RL. Interesting. I guess that gets that long. I'm not sure your hair would get that long. Also, like, you wouldn't be wearing makeup. I think. The words have just left her mouth when the the alarm sounds behind us. Oh no! Don't tell me. It's the alarm! Aaron draws their tools as Waltz appears, running towards us with a harried expression on his face. The knights are on their way! How did they know we were here? In seconds, I hear the clanking of metal, and then there are knights upon us. Blah blah blah. We are forced to scatter to deal with different opponents. A guard rushes at me, which is shling, shung, shing, shung, shing, shung, and I somehow manage to block his attack. I'm an expert in attacking sounds. I should be able to wind around him. Night falls after I catch him from behind and give Claude an opening to attack him. Challenge accepted. See how long it can get. That wasn't a challenge. Oh boy. Lucette! Stay behind me! I promised I would, remember? Let's keep it that way. A smile flashes across his face, and for a few moments, he seems more like the Claude that I know. Knight manages to separate Claude and I, leaving me by myself. He grabs my arm. Unhand me! I watch in I watch in shock as this. I can't read. Sorry. I watch in shock as a shimmering fog surrounds my attacker, his eyes closing as he slumps to the ground. He is only the first to fall. Seconds later, most of the knights in my immediate vicinity have fallen to the ground. I can tell by the subtle rise and fall of their chests that they are asleep. Sorry, I couldn't focus long enough to get the spell earlier. Who needs to read? Uh, The streamer playing a visual novel? Delora drops her hands and turns to address Waltz, Claude, and I. Head toward the entrance hall. The king must be in one of the central rooms. Julian, Garland, and I will head to the bedchambers in the east wing to look for the queen. That makes sense. I just can't speak in general. That's kind of bad. But, let's just accept that. Splitting up is not part of the plan. We have we don't have much of a choice anymore. If we're going to get the king and queen out of here, we have to improvise. Now go. Cloud grabs my hand and jerks his head at Waltz. Let's go. The three of us rush out and into one of the palace hallways. I keep my gaze toward forward, while Waltz and Claude watch for enemies on either side of us. On our right! Claude grabs a thing and moves before Waltz. and I and I can respond. He dives low toward the soldier. He's cutty ting poised straight for a devastating blow. Knights begin to approach us from the left, and I raise my sharp object, readying myself. The power of censor. Walt snaps his fingers, a flash of light blinding the man in the immediate vicinity, and I use the opportunity to rush the knights in front of me. I grit my teeth as I attack. Most of my blows are lucky. There are too many knights for me to be able to get the upper hand. There's so many of them! Well, well, if it isn't the most desirable princess. I whip around to attack the man that spoke to me, but he is nowhere to be found. Where is he? Who are you? I wonder. Reset! I turn and see Claude running toward me, a panicked expression in his eyes. I take a step toward him when a masked man suddenly blocks my path. Who are you? I raise my cutter, but the masked man taps his cane on the floor before I can swing. An incredible pressure blasts out from the cane. It shoves Claude to the floor and blows me backwards. I hit the wall hard, and my vision darkens. Uh-oh. Claude, where am I? Why can't I see anything? My head hurts. Rise and shine, sleeping beauty. Ugh. I jerk upright at the familiar voice. You're the man who knocked me out. The man laughs, and I blink as I try to pinpoint the direction of his voice. Did he blindfold me? I command you to take off this blindfold. I don't take orders from princesses that no one remembers. But I am a gentleman, so I suppose I shall have to heed a lady's request. The blindfold is abruptly pulled off, and I flinch at the sudden brightness. Why, hello there, princess. My captor looks at me, amused. He wears a crooked grin on his masked face and a cape on his shoulders. Who is he? My eyes wander to the throne, and I cannot help but gasp at what I see. Grasp. Sorry. The king is strapped to the throne, hands bound, mouth covered. Your Majesty! The king pauses to look at me, his eyes containing a mixture of alarm and confusion. I turn to glare at the masked man. Let him go! No can do, princess. Though, don't you think he still looks regal sitting on his throne like that? I grit my teeth as I begin to struggle against my bonds. Struggle all you like. You won't get out of those nuts anytime soon. Who are you? Is it because I didn't invite you to my birthday party? I didn't invite anybody, okay? I don't know why I added that. The masked man drops into an elegant bow. And then he starts crying about not being invited to the birthday party. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to read it properly. Properly. I am called Varg. Varg? What kind of name's that? Is that why you turned into a villain? You realize your parents didn't like you from the start? Giving you a name like that? uh, what have you done to my father? Me? Nothing. Well, nothing much. I guess gagging a person and tying their hands behind their back counts as something. I can't help myself. Are you working for Sir Alcaster? I don't work for anyone. So he's a mercenary? The door flies open and Alcaster steps in, his face full of anger. I forgot how ugly he was. Mithros, the fool! How absolutely useless he was. Varg gives a dismissive shrug. He regards me again with his mischievous smile. While I do agree with that wholeheartedly, that man is in the past. Here, in the present, we have someone far more interesting to deal with. Varg gestures at me. I glare at Varg before turning my gaze to Alcaster. I used to think Alcaster was someone to be respected. Not anymore. If it isn't the princess herself. Ugh. You remember who I am? Once Mithros made the connection, it was just too obvious to be false. Could Sir Mithros remember me? Alcaster shifts his attention to the king. Gennaro! Do you not remember this girl as your own blood daughter? My eyes meet the king's, but I see no recognition in his gaze. He cannot remember me. I haven't managed to break my curse yet. Why are you doing this to my father, to the kingdom? Everything I do for the kingdom. All successful rules have run with an iron fist. Fear is the best motivation. Hello, Skybread! A king that is too lenient and does not inspire fear has no business being on the throne. But the people of Asia love their king. Before I had thought that the town people were despicable because they hated me. Now I understand those reasons. They may have judged me as mother's daughter, which is wrong, but that does not mean they should be subject to a regime of fear. Your obligation as a ruler is to rule for the country, not the people. Back when the queen was still alive, and this place knew the fear of the witches, they were far more productive. Okay, so first of all, dude, the people make the country, okay? Second of all, you're so dumb, I can't believe. Alright. Hey, I'm doing better today, Skybread. I had a good day. I went to the aquarium, that was fun, and Yumi seemed to be doing well. I shared pictures with her of my little escapade. She liked it. So I feel playful, I guess. How are you? How savage you are. Yeah, I don't know what the heck has gotten into me tonight. Yay! Fear motivates. Fear makes a man. King Alcaster! He better have a good excuse for interrupting, otherwise I'm going to make you scared as well, and you don't even have eyes! Your Highness, there's a beast! Oh, I wonder who that beast could be. What are you blathering about, you fool? A beast! A magical beast is rampaging around the palace! Doing alright, chill day, yay! Is this the witch's doing? The gun the witches was gone? The witch? No, no, Delora is fine. She has to be. Out with it! Did Mithros do this? What? I cannot stop myself from blurting out the question. Sir Mithros is a witch? He was a witch, but now he is dead. He turns to his knight and demands more information. I am too shocked to hear their words. Sir Mithros, a witch? Impossible. What of the other palace intruders? We've managed to apprehend some of them, but we can't get to everyone with that beast taking us out.
that dang Mithros still a pain even after death.
What did you do to Sir Mithros?
Did you not hear me, girl? He passed away by my hand.
What? But why?
He was helpful at first. We worked together to achieve our own personal goals.
He eyes me cautiously.
He wanted you, princess.
If Sir Mithros was a witch, that would explain why he still remembered me. Why did he want me?
Who knows? It doesn't matter anymore. I gave him my knights to assist him in his search when the witches could not, but in the end, that fool was too power hungry. You never entered into my plans. You would have been safe, princess, had you just stayed put. But now that you're here, you'll come in handy.
Alcaster turns back to the knight, who immediately bursts into explanation once more.
The beast is moving quickly. We don't know how much longer we can keep it from this room.
There's a beast in the palace? And it's Sir Mithros is doing? I'm so confused. And what about the others? Are they okay? Let me go, Alcaster.
You're not going anywhere. It sounds like some of your friends are very persistent. They'll be coming for you, and when they get here, I will end them. You, princess, are going to make excellent bait. Ugh. You know, I like this turn of events. Kind of amusing.
He's not the king. He's the guy who stole the throne from the king. He's not my dad. So he knows I'm the princess, but my dad doesn't. My dad doesn't know he's my dad. If that makes sense. The guy who used to be the king but had his throne stolen. The problem is I play this like all over the place, so it's hard to follow. Huh? Yeah, like the story makes sense when you follow it in one like thing, but when you cut it in parts, it's just confusing. That is fumbling. That is that is a bit clueless right now. It's not his fault. Be nice to dad. Fumbling.
You, tell me what all of this is.
Varg looks unmoved by Alcaster's anger. Dad better step up his game. Dad's trying his best. Poor dad. Everyone is like criticizing dad. All he did was have his daughter cursed. Given the curse that makes everyone forget that she exists. except people who are witches or who are also cursed. So Dad was not cursed and he was not a witch, so he does not know that I'm his daughter. That's all. And there was this guy who was evil and stole his throne because he started threatening to hurt his family, and he didn't want to get his family hurt because even though he forgot his daughter, he loves the rest of his family. I'm saying a bunch of weird stuff right now. It makes sense when you know, I think.
It is Sir Mithros that summoned this beast, is it not? Then you must know what is happening. You're asking me, of all people? Ha! As if I would be able to answer any of your questions. You.
I was like, what the heck is that? It's the beast, obviously. Though it makes sense. Oh, cool.
Varg! It doesn't matter how many times you say my name, Alcester. I won't have any answers for you.
Sir Alcaster turns to me, his eyes manic. Okay.
Whether this is Mithros' magic, or magic belonging to one of your friends, I'm not going to let it live.
Could Delora create the beast out of thin air? Sir Alcaster draws his cutty cutty from his sheath and yours is under his breath. I squirm, desperate to find some kind of break in my restraints. Huh? Varg surprises me, however, by reaching down and cutting the ropes binding my arms with a cutty cutty cut cut that I recognize. It's mine! Sorry. I stand up as quickly as I can and grab it from him. It was too easy. What the heck? I eye Varg warily as his mouth twists into a smirk. What are you doing? Why are you helping me?
Help? All I did was cut some ropes. Besides, I'm curious to see what you'll do with that toothpick of that.
He talks like he doesn't care at all what happens. Maybe he's just a neutral guy. For some reason. I don't think so, it's just bizarre.
Don't think about it too much, princess. It's probably a little too much for your small head.
I swing toward him and Varg catches it with his cane.
You really think that I'm the one you should be fighting?
The door creaks and falls out of its hinges. The knights stumble back, and I hear screaming as loud footsteps sounds against the hall tiles.
So, what will you do? Run? Hide? Or will the beast end you too?
My eyes focus on the large figure entering the room, though I cannot make out specifics at first. The form grows more distinct the further it moves into the room. Whatever this is, I cannot fight it. There is a moment of eerie silence, and then Alcaster yells, and the knights rush forward, attacking the beast as a collective. The beast throws them off with surprising nimbleness, his rage in every swipe. I dodge away just before a man's body falls on top of me.
Over here, beast!
Sarcaster rushes at the beast. I'm not very expressive here because it's going to bother my family. I finally manage to get a clear line of sight to the king, who is still bound and helpless on the throne. The king. I have to get him out of here. I run toward the throne, but someone stops me dead in my tracks.
Saving the king really shouldn't be your priority right now.
I grit my teeth and swing my uh, cut at Varg, but he easily darts away from me.
I would be watching my back.
It is then that I notice the beast slowly making its way toward me. Why would it be after me? Either I stay here and fend enough, or Alcaster catches the beast with a broad swipe of his cuddy, and the two are focused once more on each other. I glance urgently at the king, then at the doors. The beast moves again, and I realize that it is once more heading toward me. There is no way I can help the king in all of this mess. I I need help. I have to find the others. Hopefully Alcaster will keep this beast busy long enough for me to get to them. I turn and bolt through the room, weaving my way through the chaos of knights as I head toward the door. I glance over my shoulder one last time at the king. His eyes are trained on the battle before him. His hands grip the arms of his throne, but there is nothing he can do. I am so sorry. I'll be back. But for now, I have to find the others. I dart past the carnage in the room, stepping over and around bodies as they appear. Halfway to the door, the beast lunges past Sir Alcaster, and for a few moments I think he might be attacking me. Stay back! I hold my cutty out in front of me and stand in a defensive position like Claude taught me, but the beast never reaches me.
You've ruined everything, beast!
Alcaster is suddenly in front of me, waving his cutty at the beast. I stumble back toward the doors, my heart beating loudly in my chest. I have to get out of here. Hmm. I still have no idea who the beast could possibly be. Where did the beast come from? Oh my god, Lucette, please. Use your brain. I figured it out ages ago. Knights immediately rush toward me. I back away as far as I can without re entering the throne room.
Princess, come quietly and we'll keep you somewhere safe until this all dies down. I cannot take them all at once, even knowing that I still pull out my cutty. I take a few steps back and then suddenly feel my back pressed up against something. The beast stands behind me, its back to me. I stand in its shadow and I realize that if it turned around, it could sweat me to the walls just like the rest of its victims. That head doesn't tell me to have that pretty face. Yeah, you need more. You need stuff inside the head. But it's just standing there. Okay. Together? The beast says nothing more. Though I still feel an edge, there is something oddly familiar about this. Claude told me once that it was better to fight back to back. I will trust you for now, whatever you are. I do not know if it understands me, but I can hope. It seems more like a human than any kind of animal. Princess, get away from the beast, it will. The knight never finishes his sentence as the beast sends him flying through the air. Whoopsie. Whoa. Why is it helping me? Because it's Claude! You donut! The knights fall like dominoes to the beast, but manage to remain standing when I strike them with my cutty. Even just taking one down is so hard. These men have been trained for years while I haven't even had the luxury of a year. Out of the corner of my eye, I sense movement. I see a gleam of silver and hear a grunt as a cutty is raised into the air. It is nowhere near reaching me, but the beast! I aim a kick at an approaching knight before whirling around to look at the beast. The oncoming uh, Slicey comes closer to the beast's exposed back, and I know the beast will not be able to dodge in time. Move! I shove past the creature and catch the knight's cutty with my own before it can harm the beast. My arms are shaking underneath the strength of the impact between our slicers. I feel like my arms are going to give out. Then the flash of light appears, so bright that everyone is temporarily blinded. I stumble back, rubbing at my eyes. From the sounds of it, the beast is continuing to drive back the knights, most of them shouting to each other to retreat. What was that? When I am finally able to see again, my eyes automatically land on my feet. I stare in shock. Glass slippers? I quickly reach up to my pendant and realize that it is no longer there. Ah! I completed my 3 good deeds? Lucette. It knows my name? Oh my god, girl, please. I look around and realize that the beast and I are alone, the knights having fled. Did the beast drive off the rest of them? I feel pressure at my back and realize that the beast is touching me. My first
instinct is to run, but the words it utters next paralyze me.
You. Okay.
I can't make this voice, I'm sorry. Every word sounds breathless in pain, like it takes too much to speak. It knows our name. Let's start fangirling hard. Ah! It is worried about me? I watch in shock as the beast appears to gesture towards my shoes.
You did it.
I step back warily. What are you? The beach reaches out and I see something glittering in the palm of its hand. The rose locket! For a few moments, my heart plummets into my stomach and my hand begins to quiver. What did you do to Claude? Oh my gosh, girl. The beast's shadowed fingers curl over the locket, even as he stares at me.
Give me.
I gave that locket to Claude! Oh my gosh, girl! Oh my gosh, please! Oh my gosh, learn to think. Use your brain. Learn to use your brain to think. Okay? It's easy. It's just like you just exist and it happens. The beast only stares at me for a few moments longer, and then suddenly I realize that his words, nothing more than a pain growled, do not hold any malice. I give that locket to you? The beast slowly nods. My grasp on my cutter loosens as I stare at him in shock, realization dawning upon me. Claude?
Yes.
So, this is your secret? Why would you not tell me? I could have hurt you. Claude has another form, a cursed form, and he never told me. Why? As my mind whirls, I feel everything coming together like the pieces of a puzzle. Let's allow for that single brain cell to stretch its legs everyone once in a while. Yeah.
Secrets are secrets for a reason, princess. You should know that. If I could speak on them, I would. But I can't. You said, wish I could explain. He would hate me. Or, more accurately, he would be afraid of me.
All of those times, Claude was clutching at his chest. You were touching your tattoo so many times before, like you were in pain. The beast growls, and the sound is surprisingly soft, almost a sigh. Oh my, look at that muchacho! Oh my.
Curse.
Then the tattoo was.
Warning.
The first time I saw that tattoo, it was a beautiful rose. The second time, it had more thorns. When the rose became ensnared in thorns, did it transform? And he always touched his tattoo when he came too close to me. Claude, your curse did not just make others fall in love with you, it stopped you from loving anyone too, didn't it? He mentioned that woman before, the one who he thought loved him but didn't. Is it possible that she saw him in this form and was terrified of him? If you loved anyone, you would turn into a beast. He loved a woman once, but she only loved you because of your curse. The minute you transformed, she was scared of you. Wasn't she?
Yes.
He sounds so pained. The reason Claude has been trying to hide everything from me is because he's scared that I would have feared him. That is why beauty has always been so important to him. But the curse cast upon him makes him both painful, beautiful, and a beast. It makes him painful. Yes. I touched him and like it was prickly. I Does that mean he loves Lucette? Yes. Yes, he does. That's pretty obvious. Like, it's been already several episodes that, like, clearly he likes her, she likes him. They're just like, about it.
I wanted you to love me, but no one could love a beast.
His words are dwindling. It almost sounds like he's being suffocated on the inside, with how slowly he's speaking. Claude, I've never cared much about appearances. People have worn masks on their faces their whole life around me. Claude, I take a deep breath and face him. I will love you, no matter what form you take. I drop my slicer to the ground and make my way over to him. I rest my cheek on his chest and wrap my arms around him. Starts to sing, "What is love?" No. I can't do it too much because I don't want to get in trouble. I I love you. The room is filled with a bright but gentle light. It almost feels like I am bathing in sunlight. For a few moments, I forget my worries. Everything feels blissful and quiet, and my heart feels full. Then, moments later, I feel warm arms around my waist. I love you too, Lucette. When I open my eyes, I still can't see anything, even though I know that the light has faded. That warmth is still there too, but I now I feel it immediately on my skin, and I realize that it is because Claude is hugging me. Not a beast. Not as a beast, but as a man. Woo! Did I break his curse? realize this is the first time Claude has ever touched me for a long period of time without abruptly moving away. Tentatively, I move my hands, feeling the fabric of his shirt and the warmth of him underneath it. Claude. But before I can finish my sentence, my lips are sealed. I feel Claude's lips on mine, only briefly, but it is enough to make me suddenly feel faint. He pulls away from me, from me with a brilliant smile. I've always wanted to do that. You said you're blushing. If I could, I would kiss you again, but we have some urgent things to attend to. The reality of the situation begins to seep back into me. My father, Varg, Alcaster, they're all still in the throne room. The king! Let's go, Lucette. When Claude and I rush into the throne room, my attention is immediately grabbed by the king calling my name. Now he remembers you because your curse is broken. Lucette! He's still bound to the throne, though. His gag is removed. A rush of relief floods through me. He's alive. He's alive and he remembers me. My gaze is drawn to the two men battling at the base of the throne. Their slicers are locked together in a stalemate. Alcaster and Fritz? What has happened here? This is not how you gain power. I knew you would be a thorn on my side, in my side, from the moment I concocted this plan. Where is Varg? The only one in here is me, and I will. Fritz's concentration slips as his eyes land on me. The opening is small, but it is enough as to give Alcaster the opportunity he needs. Watch out! Claude is already running over to help, but even he is too slow. Alcaster disarms Fritz before driving his cutter through Fritz's chest. Oh no! Ouch! No! I said it like very lame. His nose is bigger than mine. This is quite the comparison. His nose is even bigger than mine. That says a lot about your nose. No! Alcaster pulls the slicer out of Fritz's chest just fast enough to deflect Claude's attack. As Claude drives Alcaster away from the throne, I rush to where Fritz has collapsed to the ground. His eyes are already growing glassy. Fritz! I lean over him. It's everywhere. I glare at Alcaster. How could you do this to your own son? Anyone in my way will meet my sword. Blood does not matter. Princess. I turn back to Fritz in alarm, tears in my eyes. Fritz, hold on. Don't speak. You need to conserve your energy. Princess, I'm sorry. Fritz, please don't. Don't speak. I feel bitter, tears stinging my eyes. I'm sorry. I watch as the life seeps from Fritz's eyes. I put my hand to his chest to feel for a heartbeat, but Fritz's body is still. Fritz! I glance up at the sound to see Claude at the far side of the room, struggling to get to his feet.
Lucette, watch out!
I turn, but I am not fast enough. I see Alcaster's cutty raised high in the air, and I know it will reach me before I can pick up mine. He drops it. The cutty falls from Alcaster's hand as a bright red ribbon of light twines around the hilt and drags it far from reach. I turn and see Delora standing a short distance away. Hoodie and Garland and Waltz all standing behind her. I'm afraid your performance as king has been incredibly disappointing. Julian and Garland move together, rushing Alcaster from the same side. I see Claude moving in from the other side, quiet and lethal.
Princess!
Waltz and Delora rush over to me as the fighting continues. Alcaster has reclaimed his cutty and is trying to evade attacks from 3 different cutties at once. The cutty. So cute. Yeah, I don't know how to do proper um uh you know um censoring. Yeah, at least the boyfriend is alive. Yeah, we still feel sad because the other guy was our first friend. He was our friend even before we got cursed. He was the only person we liked. So that's a sad ending. I wonder if he was like the other guy with a mask, Varg. Like he just dressed up as some other person so he could sneak in the plan and free us or something and be helpful. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't remember what Varg was like in the other route. The king. Waltz nods at me, his gaze lingering on Fritz as his expression becomes sullen. He walks off to the throne while Delora kneels beside me. Delora! Delora shakes her head, and that is all I need to know that there is nothing more to be done. We will make sure he is properly honored, but for now we need to get you out of here. What about Ophelia? Waiting for us somewhere safe, I constructed a shield around her that will keep her hidden from view and harm until we return for her. Weren't we meant to bring the royal family back to the Marchen first? Not when we're missing the king. Besides, plans change when a magical beast starts rampaging in the castle.
Princess!
I turn to look at Alcaster, who is still somehow managing to scream my name despite the fact that he is being quickly overwhelmed. That was not your name, girl. He screamed princess. Your name is not princess.
Princess, we could have worked together.
Why would I do that?
If you were more like your mother, you could have ruled with grace, beauty, and fear.
I flinch back, and Delora's hands come to rest on my forearms, her grip steadying.
That is enough.
I look up and see that the king has stopped to stand beside me. To my surprise, the king rests a gentle hand on my shoulder, his eyes soft as he looks at me. Gisette, we have a lot to talk about, but right now I have something I must do. I nod mutely and watch as the king draws his own cutty cut. He makes his way to Alcaster. Julian, Garland, and Claude step back from where they have forced Alcaster to one knee. You are a traitor lacking any honor, Alcaster. You were the one that lacked honor. A ruler must have the people beneath his thumb. A ruler must lead people, not suffocate them. His oath as king is to protect them. You are no king, Alcaster. For your crimes, I find you guilty and incapable of rehabilitation. The sentence for the severity of your crimes is death. Oh my, okay. I mean, I don't see him getting better, so that's probably better like that. But I I don't want the thing to look too violent. So like I'm going to censor this because I'm scared. But sometimes I do say it, but most of the time I don't because it's kind of funnier when I call it a cutty, cut, a slicer or something dumb like that. The king raises his and I turn away before he strikes down. There is no sound or scream to follow. I turn once more to see that the king has pointed the wap on Alcaster's chest, but has not um, finished the blow. You will stay in the prisons until the time for your trial comes. Though you might try to refute these claims, you will be tried as a traitor to this kingdom. And then you will be executed. Alcaster's shoulders fall. The glare never leaves his face, not even when guards seize him and drag him from the room. The king immediately sends Hunian and Garland out to deal with any knights that are still a part of the coup. Delora and Claude help with moving Fritz's body, while Waltz tries his best to fill the king in for the most basic points of our successful operation. Everything has died down a little bit over the last hour, but I still feel overwhelmed. I glance at Waltz and the king, who are still speaking. Every time the king sees me looking at him, he flashes me an uncertain smile before glancing away. I know he wants to speak with me, but I will talk to him after. After I can get Fritz's body out of my mind. It was my fault he died, wasn't it? He saw me and stumbled. Hey, princess. What are you doing here? Here, I thought you changed, but you've still got some feistiness in you, don't you? I can't speak. Many years ago, when the war ended, we were all faced with a feeling just like this, princess. We had lost so much, and the future seemed so grim. But now it's different. You have a future. You broke your curse, princess. That gives you some kind of hope. And in addition, you broke karma's. Memories of Claude's arms around me, of his lips on mine, come flying back to my foggy mind. My heart still feels tight, but it is a little lighter when I think about him. I wish he was here right now. How did I break Claude's curse? Cloud? I don't think I'll ever get used to his real name. Seems like he hasn't told you yet. I guess it's been pretty hectic. So, Cloud turned into a beast because he loved me? Well, I guess I could give you the laydown of his curse.
Stop! Desist!
Delora has not even started to speak when Claude runs into the room, gasping as if he's been running through the halls.
Curse! Are you speaking about my curse?
There is no way he heard us talking in the hallway, is there? Even I feel at loss for words right now.
I sense that you might be talking about me. Oh my gosh, dude.
The princess was just asking me about your curse.
Oh, then I was right to come running. And here I was just guessing at what you might be talking about.
Karma, I mean, Claude's curse.
Was based off the tale Beauty and the Beast.
Claude easily finishes her sentence. Delora holds up her hands as if in surrender. So eager to steal the spotlight.
Well, you're talking about me after all.
You always told me that your curse was just the beauty's curse, though.
Well, yes, because the other half was a little difficult to explain, wasn't it?
He has a point. Though I think he might have been able to save us all some trouble if he hadn't been so secretive about his curse. He really must have been scared that I would shun him. Mama! Je t'aime, Mama! Wow! Kitty! Bunny, Mama! Sorry. Wholesome moment. You do love those.
Allow me to explain, princess. In the fairy tale, a prince of a kingdom is transformed into a beast because his heart is as cold as ice.
Sounds familiar to such an icy princess, eh? Oh, hello, Pauline. Just trying to lighten the mood. Claude sighs.
I would call you said something far more flattering, like, my sweet beloved.
We were talking about your curse.
Oh, right. Well, anyway, the witch who cursed the prince in tale tells him that he has to learn to love and be loved before the petals of a rose completely fall off.
A rose.
Yes, she gives him a rose and he keeps it protected under glass. Some time passes and the rose continues to wither away. A maiden finds the beast and eventually the two fall in love. At the end of the tale, she confesses her love to the beast and he transforms back into a human.
By confessing I saved you? Okay. But his curse was different from the tale. Yours was also different from your tale, girl.
I know what you're thinking. That my curse was somewhat different.
It was more complicated.
The witch made it so that I was both the beauty and the beast. She said it suited me because I was so vain.
So cheeky and funny.
The witch constructed a very roundabout curse. Any woman who falls for me falls in love with me as the beauty. And when I transformed into a beast, the enchantment would break, and they would become terrified of me.
I doubt Claude ever thought he would break his curse. The love a woman felt for him while he was cursed was always fake. How could that kind of love hold strong when he turned into a beast if it was never true to begin with? Then you came along, princess. I bet he's just about given up hope and was waiting for you to dispel the curse on your birthday. But now, here you both are. But the Ice Princess in love. What a miracle. I turn away embarrassed. It's not a miracle.
I am very glad I met you, Lisette. Lady Delarosa's words are the truth. I had just about given up hope. I never had any hopes of breaking my curse. I had thought that the only way to fix it would be to have you dispel it on your birthday. But then I came to know you and
He fell in love. A fairy tale indeed. You started out frowning at everyone and everything. You've come a long way, princess. Congratulations, you turned out to be a pretty okay princess. Pretty okay, thank you. And you turned out to be a pretty okay witch. Gasp! Do my ears deceive me? A compliment from our little witch? Ugh. You look so surprised. But you'll be the new bearer of our crystal real soon, princess. I expect good things from you. Right. I almost forgot about that part. I'll try my best. Yet another miraculous proclamation from the little witch. Will the surprise never cease? Before I can snap at Delora again, the king awkwardly interjects, coming to stand next to us with Waltz by his side.
pardon the intrusion.
Oh, not at all, your majesty. You know what? Wait. Boop. I turned into the real princess, so I will take one of my magical princess avatars. Which one should I take? Hmm. Okay. Bing! I don't know, I felt like it. And it's perfect because there's silence.
Waltz told me that you were cursed. That's why I forgot about you.
Yes.
Even if it was by a curse, I feel terrible that such a thing could have ever happened. So I will make it up to you. We can catch up from where we were many, many years ago. And maybe things can be different.
I'm sorry.
What for?
The princess's return. Cute. You don't need to be like that. You don't need to bow. For being the way I was before. For shunning Ophelia and her children. Oh, Ophelia. Did they bring her back to the margin?
Ophelia is still here. After the fight was over, she was shown back to her room. She is still waiting for Rod and Emmeline to return.
I must bow to the princess. Oh dear.
Now, would you maybe be willing to tell me the story from the beginning?
Oh my gosh.
Perhaps I could fill in the gaps, Your Majesty. Oh my gosh.
Claude? The king looks startled when he stares at Claude. He blinks as if he has just noticed his presence.
Oh, and you are?
Claude elegantly bows before the king.
I am Prince Claude of Brigantia. A pleasure to finally meet you, Your Majesty. The lost prince?
The king turns to me with a puzzled look. It's a long story. Claude surprises me by wrapping an arm around my shoulders and pulling me closer to him. Everyone looks shocked except for Delora, who looks like she's trying not to laugh.
As the princess's lover, I feel it my obligation to help her explain this whole mess.
Oh my gosh, she's so proud. She's so embarrassed. I feel my face getting hotter as Claude's sudden proclamation. All their eyes are now on me, and I suddenly feel like hiding myself. Oh my, she's so embarrassed. There are two ways to be in love, I guess. Either you're super embarrassed, either you're super proud. Like, look at the person I'm with. Look how amazing they are. Look, I want everyone to know. Look. Or, I don't want anyone to know. It's so embarrassing. Only Claude would say so bluntly such a thing. The king looks more shocked than anything.
When did this happen?
Oh, earlier today.
Well, Your Majesty, I think we had better start at the beginning.
Oh my gosh. He's going to tell the story of his life. We're able to tell the king everything, save for where Varg had disappeared to. No one was sure where he had gone in all of the chaos. The night searches for him all ended in failure. A lot of explaining had to be done, not just to the king, but also to the people at the tavern. As soon as everything has calmed down, Rod and Emmeline finally went back to the palace. I apologized to them as best as I could, and they all seemed willing to try again with me. And I'm willing to try again too. As for Claude, so you're going back?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Brigantia with me just for a short holiday? I would love nothing more than to introduce you to my family. Mother would shower you with gifts. Father would, well, tease you probably. He makes jokes frequently. And Llama?
Llama? What did you just say? Llama? He has a pet llama?
My brother, Llama. You have a brother named Llama?
Ooh, you're back! Definitely the embarrassed type. The proud type is better, though. I thought Vivid was invisible for a second there. Yeah, I changed my avatar and it's throwing you off. I blend in with the background. What?
Another acronym. We're Karma and Llama.
Oh. Does your father do these things on purpose? How much do you bet that llama, the brother, was cursed into being a llama like in the Emperor's New Groove? Hope not, that would be so weird.
I told you he likes jokes. My brother's real name is Lance. I was going to bring you back and introduce the two of you. And you could tell my little brother how very charming I am.
Is it just my imagination, or is there a glimmer of competition in his eyes? As much as I would like to meet your family,
You have your own obligations here.
and you need to let your family know that you're safe and alive.
But the thought of being separated from you.
Claude sighs before he leans down and plants a kiss on my forehead.
I'll miss you.
He won't be gone that long.
Love, that's not how you're supposed to respond. You're supposed to say, my sweet prince, I'll miss you too.
Fine then, I'll miss you, maybe. Cloud raises an eyebrow at me and then smiles.
I'll be back for your birthday. I love you, Lisette.
It has only been a few weeks since Claude left, but I am impatient. Woo! I remember when I was with my ex, I was like telling everyone about it all the time. I wanted to show him off to the world. I felt so proud. Like, it was kind of ridiculous. I felt like he was the coolest person in the world, and I was like, and I'm the one dating him. Oh my gosh. It has only been a few weeks since Claude left, but I am impatient. The king has been throwing grand dinners every night in preparation for my birthday, but I can hardly concentrate on anyone else when I am thinking of Claude. I told him about all of the smaller birthday celebrations. I thought he would be there, would be here for them. My birthday's in a few days. When will he come back? I have tried to make myself busy, mainly by continuing my practices, my fighting practices with Julian and Garnon, who have both rejoined the Order of Caldera. Every time I am around the knights, I think of Fritz. I shall bring some new flowers tomorrow. If Claude would just return already, we could go pay our respects together.
Hello, Lisette, my love, my sunshine, my beautiful betrothed.
Claude? I shake my head and try to gather my thoughts. First of all, you did not knock. Second, we are not engaged.
We may as well be, don't you think?
At the very least, knock before you come in.
Still worried I would come in on you in the middle of changing? Would you have minded so terribly?
Oh my gosh, don't be a weirdo. Creepy. Yes!
It's worth saying those things to you just to see you blush.
Why are you even here? His arrival is so sudden, and I had absolutely no time to prepare. Claude sighs dramatically.
You didn't want me back here.
No, I mean, you did not even write to say you'd be back today. I just wasn't expecting you.
I did say I would be back for your birthday. I am a man of my word. Should I have stayed out longer?
No, of course not. I grumble as Claude walks over to my bed, grinning. He sits down on the bed next to me and wraps an arm around my waist, pulling me closer. I sigh out and lean my head on his shoulder. It is a startling contrast to what it used to be before. Before, if I touched him, he would flinch and turn away from me. Now he's always right next to me. Claude's whole body seems to relax when I tentatively wrap my arms around him and hug him back.
I knew I would miss you, but it really was terrible being away from you.
But you enjoyed the time with your family.
I did, and my brother was very frustrated that I spoke about you almost every hour of the day.
How could you have that much to say about me?
Oh, I felt that I didn't have enough time to list off all of your virtues.
I nudge him in the arm, but he just grins at me. A glint from Claude's pocket catches my eye, and I flush proudly when I notice the rose locket. Looking at the locket makes me think back to that night, when he transformed back into a prince.
Lost in thought, are we?
I was just noticing the locket. You still carry it around with you.
Of course I do. It has become my most valuable possession.
He pulls the little locket out and pops it open. I am startled when I see the small sheet of paper with my own words on it. My message to him is still there. Claude smiles as he reads the words aloud.
A normal rose would have withered, so I offer this one instead, in heartfelt thanks.
I see nothing when he turns to look at me.
Oh, your cheeks are red again. Your embarrassment is adorable, darling.
I'm not embarrassed, says the embarrassed girl. I just didn't think he'd keep the words in there, or that they would ever mean so much to him.
Yes, of course. You just have exceptionally rosy cheeks. Hmm?
He pauses as he closes the locket again and looks at me fondly.
I love this locket because it is the first gift you gave me.
He was holding the locket as the beast too. It was half of the reason I recognized him. I jump as Claude gently taps my nose with his finger.
This locket isn't going anywhere anytime soon, I can assure you.
I smile as he winks at me.
Anyway, allow me to pull you back into the present. Since I promised you no more secrets, let me tell you something.
Oh? Claude looks away from me, his eyebrows furrowing, and I frown. I hope it is nothing serious.
I am nervous about sitting down to dinner with your father tonight.
What the heck? You're nervous? I start laughing without even meaning to.
You're laughing at my pain, princess?
He pulls me closer and kisses the top of my head. But you're too flamboyant to be nervous.
I'm confident, princess, not flamboyant. There's a difference.
Flamboyant. Right, right. Claude's expression grows more solemn. He looks at me seriously, almost sadly.
Lucette, I'm so sorry about lying to you. That whole time I made myself up to be someone beautiful, someone I wasn't. I believed I was truly a good person on the inside, and that I deserved good things even though I was selfish.
He's already apologized to me before, too many times. Claude, you do not have to apologize.
No, that witch was right to curse me. I've always had everything handed to me on a silver platter. When I came to Angiel, I believed that if it wasn't going to help break my curse, it wasn't important. And then I met you. At first, I thought I would just have to get on your good side so you could help me dispel my curse. But then, Lucette, I realized I was drawn to you, to your confidence and commitment. But I could never admit that I was in love with you. I was so scared that if I transformed into a beast and you were scared of me, I would lose my chance at winning your heart. So, you see, princess, I was selfish. I wanted all of you without having to give you all of me.
I look down at where our hands are intertwined, and I grip his fingers tighter. I've told you enough times now that you have nothing to apologize for. But if you insist on apologizing, maybe you ought to do something to make it up to me. Those words are out of my lips before I can even think them. I stop suddenly, trying to ignore the hot flush in my cheeks. Claude looks at me puzzled, and for a few moments I feel triumphant that I have caught him off guard. Then the puzzled look fades and Claude just grins at me.
Oh my, so forward.
Forward? I opened my mouth to apologize when he suddenly grabs my hand and tugs me down to the bed. The instincts Claude taught me in my fighting are quickly overwhelmed by my surprise, and in no time at all he has me pinned down onto the bed and is looming just above me, smiling. I'm scared.
I'm disappointed. Princess, you knew my weakness, and you didn't even exploit it there.
Your weakness?
Yes.
He leans closer to me, and our noses almost touch.
My weakness is you, Lucette.
Hee. He leans down, and our lips finally meet. I relax into the contact, my earlier tension melting away as the warmth flows through me. He pulls away and smiles at me.
You see, I let my guard down in front of you.
I let my guard down in front of him too. And only him. This whole time, all I've wanted to do is to be able to touch him like this. Okay. His fingers move gently up my arm, and he leans down to kiss me again. The sound of knocking startles us both. A muffled voice comes through the door. I mean, you're not supposed to do that right now, okay? Princess, the king is requesting your presence down in the dining hall. He says that your friends have arrived. Princess? I hear the doorknob begin to turn and quickly speak. Yes, I will be there in a minute. will let him know, princess.
First the curse and now this. It is as if the world is conspiring against us.
Just get married then.
I don't know.
I mean, I suppose in fantasy past land, you gotta do that if you want to be able to do whatever you want in peace. Like being kissy kissy. He kiss. Sorry. He kisses me once more on the forehead, before slowly sitting up and running a hand through his hair. I catch the mischievous look in his eyes as I smooth down my ruffled hair.
Don't worry, Lisette. We'll just finish this later.
I feel my cheeks flush. He says such uncouth things. Claude chuckles before he stands up and offers his hand. I take it and smiles up at him.
I love you, Lisette. And now I get to say it as many times as I like.
I love you too, Claude. I stand up on my toes to plant a quick kiss on his lips before heading to the door. Let's go, Claude. Yay! Wow! We made it. Congratulations. Wow. So romantic. Congratulations. We did it! We've done it! I should take my meds. I guess it was about time I finished playing. It's hard to read and speak when your nose is getting stuffy. I don't know why it was. Anyway, it was. Sometimes it happens when I speak too much, when I read and stuff like that. Whatever. Yeah, thank you for playing. It was a pleasure. You're welcome. I will do it again. Daisuke! Okay, so I think I can. Like 9, 10, 11, 0, 1. Okay, yeah, I can take that one again. Sorry, I was trying to calculate how long it's been. I mean, we were so far into the story that, like, it would have been weird not to finish it. Like, just playing the conclusion would have been strange. Next time we'll pick a new character to go for. I'll put up a poll and let people vote for who to who to go for next in between all these people. I'll see if there are routes that are still locked, because sometimes there are. We need to do a few before we can unlock others. So yeah, I'm going to check that out and make the poll. But for now, I'm going to thank everybody. Okay, so thank you, Jackster. Thank you, Nameless. Thank you. Skybread. Thank you. Bolin. And thank you to anyone else who might have watched this or might watch this later. Thank you for watching and hanging out with me. Oh yeah, there are other love interests. There are several routes in this game. I already did Rumple before. I did like Rumple's one too. He was also very funny. But yeah. You're welcome. Have a good day or a good night. I had a lot of fun, so I hope you had too. Sorry for that. I hope I get to see you again another time. We will bye bye.